Detroit, like many urban areas, was targeted and saturated with subprime loans. Now, subprime loans were mortgage loans that were created really knowing that there would be a default on them. They're better known as your adjustable rate mortgages, your interest-only mortgages, your pay option arms, and the other quote-unquote creative loan packages created by the banks and lenders. These loans have a tendency to place borrowers in a position where it's an impossibility to maintain the payment structure, because as the rate adjusts, the payment may double, triple, quadruple within several years' time. Therefore, you have this massive foreclosure, influx in not only our community, really across the country.
I think it's wrong. I mean, he shouldn't have just jumped up and raised up my nose. And I know what's going on. I had asked them for. They had told me that they were going to give me a multiplication, but they sent me papers. That's why Vanessa sued me, because she said, "Now why are they doing it? All they had to do was give me a multiplication, and then they kept sending me papers for multiplication, the same papers all the time out." So she got mad and said, "That don't make sense. Why they send the same stuff out here all the time?" She already done sent the papers in. We done sent the papers in about the mortgage, how much the mortgage was. She done sent all that in. And then why did they turn it around to what they want, what they gonna do? I said, I don't know. So that's what it was. It was about the modification, what she said. They reached the contract. And my note was, when they bought it, I was paying $732. Now you hopping all of a sudden they running up to $1,400. All of a sudden, that's hard. That means especially when you ain't working.
Layer 2 is that after all these loans start going into default, we're all familiar with it as the $700 billion bailout, when the banks are like, hey, all these loans are falling apart, we're going to collapse if we don't get a bailout. Well, we all know they did, in fact, get a bailout. What most people don't know is also, as a part of that bailout, the federal government took over Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. And that becomes significant, because after they took over Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, there actually became a silent bailout that most people are not aware of. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac turned around and insured and underwrote the subprime loans that these lenders hold. So now, if a loan is insured or underwritten by Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, if the bank forecloses, they get paid the full mortgage value through federal dollars, i.e. our tax dollars. So let's take our community, the metropolitan Detroit area. You may have a home, the fair market value is, say, $10,000. If the mortgage value on there is $150,000, well, if they foreclose and throw that person out, they get paid the whole $150,000, despite the fact the fair market value is only $10,000. Therefore, there's no incentive to work with anyone, because it's more lucrative to foreclose and evict than to work with the borrowers. This is a problem that really cannot be resolved by litigation on a case-by-case basis, because the problem is so huge and so voluminous. If you go into court and win every single case, you still have tens of thousands of people that are falling by the wayside. Therefore, it's something that's going to take collective action. Currently, right now, in Wayne County at least, Commissioner Martha Scott just introduced a resolution to put a moratorium on foreclosures in Wayne County that stop all the sheriff sales, pending an investigation of the banks for fraud and their complicity with MERS and other entities in executing these foreclosures. Additionally, there needs to be more community action and collective action, just from a national standpoint and from a people standpoint. There are several organizations that have been active in that arena for many years, even before this became popular, such as Moratorium Now and People Before Banks, and people can always go to those websites. Not only does it give information about collective action, it also gives information as far as informational statistics and facts that homeowners can use to kind of look out for themselves and protect themselves, and what you need to be aware of if they're trying to evict you and things of that nature. So both of those sites have helpful information for borrowers.
The Moratorium Now Coalition, and basically what we've been doing in the last 4 years has been trying to fight against foreclosures. The banks and the mortgage companies foreclose on a lot of people's homes within the community. Detroit is like #1 now in foreclosures.
Well, we schedule meetings, moratorium meetings from time to time too. Well, basically what we do, like if somebody's getting ready to be evicted out of their homes, we kind of politically support them by having people go out, and demonstrate, in front of the homes. And we've also had done a lot of unconventional things and trying to, keep people in their homes, when the bailiffs come out, So, that's a long struggle too. It's a big political struggle. A few years back, I noticed that Conyers and Levin had bills that were in the legislature. One of the bills, I think Levin was supporting bonds, $2 billion bonds for state. Either here and there, they may have helped the problems out some. Of those bonds were used to, actually give money to the people that needed it. And basically that's what he wanted to happen at that particular time, but the measure didn't pass. But like I said, it's a long struggle. What we need now, we need a moratorium on foreclosures, more than 5 years, really. As people right now, they can't afford to pay the mortgages out and stay in their homes.
This problem has always been, shaped by mainstream media as borrowers who just kind of woke up one day and couldn't afford to pay their mortgage. And I think that faulty perception has helped to exacerbate this problem, in that borrowers feel that, well, it's my fault that I can't pay for this fraudulent loan. They feel trapped. They feel that there's nothing that they can do. And people have to understand that these loan packages were created and predicated on fraudulent conduct. And even if you had paid for 4 years or 5 years, there's still a high likelihood you never would have been able to pay off that loan, because that's just the way it was designed. And I think when people realize that even though there are large corporate banking entities involved, just because they're large banking entities does not preclude them from engaging in unscrupulous conduct, which created this whole crisis. And people need to hold them accountable. So I encourage everyone to collectively come together, make these banks accountable, and make them restore the American dream that they've taken away from so many homeowners.
My sisters and brothers, we have to lend a helping hand, have to encourage each other, tell ourselves, yes we can. Give, increase our love, care for those in need, then change will be shown, much indeed. Change, everybody in the world, everybody wants